Everybody, it is Wednesday night. That means it's time for Super Geeked Up.
Super Geeked Up.
Yeah. What is up, everybody? My name is Jeff. Thank you very much for geeking out with us. This is your live weekly geeky pop culture show. We chat fun geeky topics and we play some zany geek-themed games every week. Joining me once again, as from last week, guest co-host Fernandez from Points of Interest Podcast Network.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming back. And one of our guests tonight is Alex Martin. Hello, sir.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Awesome. Good. So, this is actually our Patreon episode. We do this once a season where at a certain level on Patreon, people who support us, like Alex, they get to come on the show with us. We actually are supposed to have some other people. Unfortunately, everybody seems to be having computer technical difficulties tonight. So hopefully we'll be joined by a couple other people as we do the show. Craig Poole and Eros Orocho. I want to give a shout out to them. Hopefully they will join us for Patreon. And then maybe Josh Hawks will join us, a guest co-hosting who does a lot of podcasts with Francis. All right. But we're going to move ahead here. There's actually already a lot of people in the chat. They were actually already chatting before we started the show. So thanks, guys. We got Victor and Lister's Mate, Mark's Pile, and Acrodius, Kerry Johnson. Thanks, guys. Chris Halley just joined us. Keep chatting away there. Love to see you guys in there. Crody says, what would SGU be without the technical difficulties? So actually, fortunately, I've eliminated on my end for quite a while now, actually, because I've upgraded some stuff. But unfortunately, you never know, folks, with, obviously a lot of different people coming on and everybody has a different internet connection and you never know what's going to happen. We're not quite in the Star Trek time yet where everything just works perfectly when you do communication that way.
You can just create sandwiches for nothing.
Yeah, oh yeah, shit, man. Replicators, that'd be great. Transporters, holodecks, oh, that'd be awesome. All right, so we like to start things off with our Geek Tweet of the Week question, and then we're going to play some games. We've got some Geeky Movie Mashup coming up. We're going to do some One True Pairing, some geeky news, plenty of stuff. But our Geek Tweet of the Week was actually the poll I put up this week, which was, what is your favorite vampire movie? I'll actually reveal the results of that poll in just a few minutes. But let's talk about it, you guys, and then in the chat, please share your favorite vampire movies. So, Alex, you must have a favorite. What's your favorite vampire movie?
You switched it on me. Oh, it's Interview with a Vampire.
All right.
I don't know why I was expecting that to be zombies for some reason.
I didn't switch it. He's like, zombies. Oh,
I just remember putting Shaun of the Dead into a poll recently. I'm like, wait, hold up.
I wouldn't. Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind if Edgar Wright did a vampire.
I did. You know what? I do. We've been doing our super geeky question of the days on Twitters, and I did ask about zombies, and your answer was Shaun of the Dead. You're right. I remember that.
Okay, I feel better about that. That was Mary Jane's best acting performance, even though I can't think of her real name right now.
Mary Jane. Oh, I don't know.
Kirsten Dunst.
That one.
She was in Shaun of the Dead.
To me that she was a better actress as a child. I don't understand how that works.
With the vampire
the vampire Kirsten Dunst. Yeah. I was like, she's not in Shaun of the Dead. Like, now you're confusing me.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. I switched on you.
All right, Interview with the Vampire. That was actually very popular on a poll. We'll see where it placed in a few minutes. Victor Snyder says Queen of the Damned. Wasn't that the sequel to Interview with the Vampire, or the prequel? One or the other? Right?
Yeah, with Aaliyah in it.
Yeah. Is it a prequel? Yeah. Is that what it is?
I want to say it's a.
Yeah.
Right. I think it is.
But both Anne Rice.
I think it's how the Tom Cruise character became the Tom Cruise character.
How Lestat became a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Victor Snyder, by the way, says in the chat, Star Trek Transport and Holodeck have one major problem per season. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they absolutely did in Star Trek.
Right.
Well, hey, maybe soon we will only have one major problem on this show per season.
We can only hope.
Lister's Mate says Dracula Dead and loving it with Leslie Nielsen. So he loves the comedy take on it. Mark's Pile says Vampires from Outer Space. Mark's, did you just make that? That sounds like one of those movies I make up on our Real Plot or Not games. In fact, it really sounds like what I have made up. Or is that a real movie? I want to know now.
Look, as long as nobody's saying Twilight in there, it's all good.
You know what's funny? I had Twilight as one of the poll options, and I took it out because I thought people would go crazy if they saw it in there.
Would they go crazy, or would they vote for it and then you'll lose all faith in humanity?
I would know. You know what? I have no problem. You love Twilight. I actually enjoyed the Twilight movie. when I first watched it. I could not get through the books, but the movie I actually did enjoy. I
made the mistake of reading that book before I watched the movie because I thought it was something else. And they lost me. Like, I had to take a break at the point when the vampire started sparkling. I literally walked out of my house for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. He had to leave his house.
You know,
did I actually
I'll
read
give Twilight credit.
You what? You have a
It did
Twilight?
introduce us to Anna. I'll say that. I'll give Twilight credit.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
Kendrick's great.
Wait, they introduced you to who?
Anna Kendrick. That was one of her earlier roles.
She is in that movie.
Yeah. She plays her best friend, and one of her best friends is. And then whatever the girl who plays Alice, I always liked her a lot too. I forget the actress's name right now.
I don't. Oh, yeah.
Help us out, chat. Help us out. You guys already know what I'm talking about. By the way, please, we do have a live chat going. If you're watching, please do there, or you go to @SuperGeekedUp on Twitter. You can also tweet us there. All right. So anyway, Francis, what's your favorite vampire movie?
Well, mine's going to be a Marvel movie by the name of Blade. It was really kind of the precursor to modern superhero movies, and it was a vampire. It was a daywalker. Yeah,
Blade's awesome, man. Wesley, first off, I've always from Passenger 57, which I love that movie. Wesley Snipes, I loved all his action movies. And Blade, he's perfect as Blade. He is the perfect choice for Blade. Like, there is no one I think who could play Blade better than him. Though Blade 2 is by far my favorite of that trilogy.
Yeah, I wanted to go Blade 2, but I'm like, no, Blade started it all. I need to go with the original for this one. So,
I know, the original's cool, but Blade 2 is Guillermo del Toro. It's an awesome. That is the best fight scenes by far. It's amazing action fight scenes in that movie.
As long as you always bet on black.
Dude, that's the best line in Passenger 57.
It really is. That was.
You know what I love is that the show Chuck one time quoted that line from Passenger 57, and he brought that up.
That's great.
It was so good.
Wow. All right.
So good.
Mark's Pile in the chat says, Blade rocked. I hope they make a new TV show. Actually, if you don't know, Blade was a short-lived TV show, one season on Spike back in the day. And actually, it started off a little rough, but it actually got quite good by the end of the season, which was a cliffhanger. I was actually really into the show. I know, unfortunately, now we never find out what happens.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, but the guy who plays Blade, he gotta grow. He needs to grow on you. But the other there are some really other good actors in that show. I like what they did.
Very cool.
Oh, Alex, look, you're in the chat now. You would say what? You would love Blade on Netflix? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I would love to see Blade as one of the next shows on Netflix.
That's a perfect fit for it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris Hadley says, "I love what we do in the shadows." They're making a sequel to it.
That's a really good.
Is that a really good vampire movie? Yeah.
It's a comedy by I forget some New Zealand director does it, and it's in the vein of Flight of the Conchords, I guess. It's kind of in that same vein. But yeah, if you like really dry humor and just that's the movie to watch. But I hear it's really good. I haven't seen it myself, but I hear it's amazing. So
cool. In the chat, Victor says, I agree the Blade show is good. And Mark says, there have been rumors Netflix might make it, maybe focus on Blade's daughter. I actually didn't know Blade had a daughter in the comics. Does he?
All right. I have no idea.
Alex, stop putting things in the chat and tell me directly on the show, will you?
Well, I was waiting for a break. You were talking about the daughter. I don't want to interrupt. The actress you were looking for is Ashley Greene.
Who played Alice in Twilight.
And the actor from Blade was a rapper from Onyx Slam. His name was Sticky Fingers.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous name, but I didn't know he was a rapper, actually. Okay.
Once got knocked out on MTV. It was great.
He got knocked out?
Yeah, when they used to do the Rock and Jock stuff, they had like a celebrity boxing thing. They got knocked out by somebody. I can't think of who it was. I want to say it might have been
Ryan Seacrest?
Ice Ice Baby, dude.
Vanilla Ice?
Yeah, I think he might have got knocked out by
Vanilla Ice. God, that's terrible to get knocked out by Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, and that was right when Vanilla Ice had actually moved to making like rock music, so it was even funny.
Oh, God, I hope Vanilla Ice started doing his Ice Ice Baby rap after he knocked him out. And I also hope he was wearing those pants.
Amazing.
Ninja rap from Ninja Turtles, right?
Strike like a ninja, sting like a razor blade. That's what he should start saying right after he knocked him out.
All right.
All right.
This is
epic.
We're learning some.
Anyway, my favorite vampire movie, I'm actually going to go old school. I'm going to go one of the, actually, I think the first Hammer films. Hammer's Studios did a whole bunch of horror films. It was called Horror of Dracula. It starred Christopher Lee as Dracula and Peter Cushing as Van Helsing. And it's a really, really awesome. It's so well done. The acting's amazing. Like, it's one of the best. Like, if you haven't seen it, I cannot like recommend this enough. And it's, you know, obviously it's in 1958 is when they made it. They didn't have all these special effects, but they did such amazing job with practical stuff and the mood and the and setting. Like, that's how, like, it's a good, like, if you're a filmmaker like I am, like, it's a really good lesson, like how you can make an awesome film with very little.
I feel like it's for its aesthetics more than anything else, right? Like the way it was filmed. And
well, the sex are great, but also the story and the acting and the characters are all extremely well done as well. So it's not, I'm not just saying like it's nice to look at. It's a very well done movie. Like that. Like if I wanted that, I would think Michael Bay movies are great, which I don't. I mean, they're nice to look at, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess
if you like explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem with the Michael Bay movies, they're only nice to look at if you just really like the explosions. Except for The Island. I love that movie. Don't talk about
Island. Island's all right. The only Michael Bay movie I really love is The Rock. I love that movie.
That is a really good movie. Yeah. Watched that so many times in college. Oh my god. We had like 5 DVDs between like a group of all 6 of us in college because we were broke. So we would just watch like The Rock, Jurassic Park, and I'm trying to think of other ones like Blair Witch on repeat.
Oh, shit. I was gonna say, Blair Witch. And then you got the Blair Witch. I'm like, oh, maybe not so far so good.
No,
I'm with you, man. I love Blair Witch.
I hate that movie, but somebody would have it on just all the time.
No, I love that movie. And actually, we've had the director on the show. Yeah, I know. One of the co-directors. Yeah, I'm friend. I know him. He's a really cool guy.
Nice.
All right. Anyway, let's reveal the results of the poll. So I'm actually only going to do the top 4 this time, just because there were so many ties underneath that. And we had a lot of ties in this poll. On this poll that we put up on Facebook and the website, your favorite vampire movies. So tied, I guess for number 3, I'll say, is Bram Stoker's Dracula and Nosferatu. 9% of the vote they both got. So there you go. So one of the very first vampire movies ever. Actually, Nosferatu, if you don't know, folks, is actually introduced the idea of sunlight harming vampires. That was actually not really in lore before that movie. I believe, if I remember that correctly. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Obviously, Bram Stoker's Dracula, obviously the Coppola one. I actually think they did a really nice job with that. It was a good interpretation of the novel. And then, actually tied for first, we have Interview with the Vampire. So there you go, Alex. And also with 24% of the vote, Lost Boys, which is actually one of my favorites as well. I love Lost Boys.
That's a good one.
That was going to be my other one. That's just my era.
Yeah, exactly. I grew up with that movie, man. It's funny. I was actually trying to describe that movie to my sister today, and she's like, "Oh, so it's a comedy?" I'm like, "No, not really, actually." Because I was trying to describe, like, "Oh, it's Corey Feldman and his brother, the Frog Brothers, and they're vampire hunters." She's like, "What? They're not scary at all."
Man, it's so weird to look back at that era of movies and see like who used to get cast as like the badass or like the troublemaker kid, and look at him and be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah. But actually, Feldman's great in that role, though, man. I mean, like, he's great. And
oh yeah,
obviously, Kiefer Sutherland is obviously really like the kind of the badass more in that one, and he's very well cast. DeCrody said he voted for Lost Boys. Mark's Pyle says Lost Boys is a classic. Yes, I mean, dude, it's one of those classic '80s movies. Yeah, a lot of people love Lost Boys. All right, folks. So look, this is interesting. I just got a tweet from Sasha at her weirdness. What was the movie with Aaliyah? I like that one. I think she was responding to our tweet poll. So hey, we just answered that actually. It was Queen of the Damned. There you go. Victor put that in the chat. All right, so you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up. Keep chatting away there. If you're watching this in post, folks, please feel free to go to Facebook. Super Geeked Up Live is what we're on Facebook, and you can vote in the poll still. Feel free, always want to hear, or you can tweet us your favorite vampire movies. All right, we're going to talk superhero TV worlds that we love to live in a little bit later. We're going to talk some geeky news. We're going to talk some James Bond. We're talking new sci-fi trailer, a new character in Arrow season 6 coming up. But let's go on to our first game. It's Geeky Movie Mashup. So how this works is we take 2 movies or TV shows and we create like one kind of log line or one description of them, smashing these 2 plots together. And we see if we can figure out what are the 2 movies or shows that we're trying to mash up together. All right. So I've come up with a few. Francis has come up with a few. So what we're going to do, we'll take turns. Francis, you'll give one, and then I guess me and Alex will try to figure out if we can determine the 2 things. I'll give one, and then you and Alex can try to figure it out. So I'll tell you guys, just so you know, when I do mine, each of mine are 1 TV show, 1 movie. That's how I did it this time.
Oh, I did 2 movies. All of mine are movies. So.
Okay, good to know. That's fine.
Harry Potter's going to be in here somewhere.
Harry Potter? Oh, why would you think that? I don't understand. We never talk about Harry Potter on the show, just like almost every day. So in the chat, please guess along here. We love hearing you guys. You're really awesome at guessing these things. So let's see. Francis, why don't you kick us off with your first one?
All right, this is the one I just thought of right now. Hopefully it's descriptive enough to kind of give you guys an idea. 4 New York scientists turned exterminators find themselves reliving the same day trying to get rid of a huge rodent.
So it's got to be, so Alex, I think I know what it is. Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day, right?
That's it, yes.
I'm over here trying to say the title. I'm all Groundhog Busters? Okay, sorry.
Oh, well, yeah, you can do that if you want. Try to match the title up together. All right, Craig, if you could hear, we can hear you. You can try talking. Craig, another one of our Patreon supporters, has joined us. No, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. That sucks. Craig tried so hard on the pre-show to try to get this to work. I know. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
However, Craig, I can even tell without being able to hear you that you have an accent, and the accent is awesome.
Yeah.
Craig actually he's up at like 4 a.m. England time, UK time to do this. Craig, go get your phone, get your tablet, wake your neighbor up, grab their laptop or something, try some other device. Just say it's an emergency. I'm on a live show. I need your computer. And maybe if it's an attractive girl or guy, depending on your preference, you can get a date out of it too.
Oh, can you imagine if you actually made a love connection just by trying to get them onto the show?
You could be like, look, I'm a famous host and I have to get on air right now. Give me your computer.
That's epic.
The first super geeked up love connection. I like it.
Ooh, that'd be exciting. That'd be exciting, man, if we made a love connection on this show. Be even more exciting if it involved me, actually, but that's probably not going to happen. So.
Hey, we tried for like years, man.
Years? Well, who? Oh, that one? Yes. Okay, actually, Kate. I don't know where Kate is. She needs to start watching again. I know we can't. That actually did happen on one show in particular. That people tried to set me up with somebody. One of our loyal viewers, Kate. Yeah, Kate and I would take
Kate on a date.
Yeah, Kate and I would actually have this running joke about it on Twitter. We would actually joke about it back and forth. Yeah.
That is too funny.
Anyway, so Mark says this is now called Super Loved Up.
Why not? Why the hell?
Hooked up. All right, so there we got the first one there. All right, let me go to mine. All right, let me give you guys my first one, and then again, this is 1 TV show, 1 movie. Let's see if you guys can figure this out. Ready? A group of high school kids take a timeout when they get trapped inside a mall by zombies while trying to buy tickets for a U2 concert.
A U2 concert?
The U2 concert throws me off. I want to say it's...
I thought that part would throw you off. Don't let it, but it is accurate.
Oh, okay. So you just added that in. So it's the high schoolers. Say it one more time.
A group of high school kids take a timeout when they get trapped inside a mall by zombies while trying to buy tickets for a U2 concert.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh, Saved by the Bell. Okay, the Zach Morris move.
Yeah. Zach Morris would go time out, and then everybody would freeze, and he would talk to the audience.
Is it Dawn of the Dead after?
Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead remake by Zack Snyder.
Yeah. I like that one.
I do too.
That was all you right there.
Good job, Francis. I actually think that's my favorite Zack Snyder movie, probably, to be honest with you. One of his first ones.
U2 was such a misdirect, too.
Well, you know what? But it's totally accurate, actually, because one episode, they go to the mall, and they're trying to buy tickets for a U2 concert. They sleep overnight there. They sneak inside the mall and sleep there. So that was totally accurate, but I knew nobody would remember it, probably.
The Peach Pit reference.
No, that's 90210. They did
what was theirs called?
They did, Max's Matt.
The Max.
The Max.
Yeah. The magic.
Yeah. They even had a band. They even had their own like music group for a while called the Zack Attack.
The Zack Attack.
Oh, dude, I love that episode, man. The song was "Friends Forever." It's an awesome song. They're not singing it all. None of those people are singing it, the cast, but it's a great song. You can find the video online easily. Zack Attack.
I remember that though.
It's so good. And Casey Kasem was in that episode. He was actually in a couple of episodes. Carrie Johnson says, "I remember that saved." Carrie Johnson says, "I remember that saved episode." Necrodius is saying, "Someone go tweet Kate to come talk to Jeff." Other people are asking where we're getting married. Oh, yeah, he wants to know when I'm getting married to Kate. Actually, on Twitter, Jordan XX Noel, one of our former co-hosts of this show, actually says, "I tried to wingman." All right, so everybody's basically saying how they tried to help me out here. Thank you. It's awesome. Go follow Jordan on Twitter. She was awesome. She is awesome. She was awesome.
Appropriate.
Oh yes, that was her hashtag. Very good, Alex. You remember? All right. Okay. Craig, Craig, while you can just like write on like a board and hold up like your comments while we do the show.
I almost said that. It would be amazing if he just did the whole show with the whiteboard.
Or sign. You can use sign language if he has a.
Yeah.
You can try to read the lips.
Yeah, I just learned a little, very, very tiny bit of sign language. Actually, no, I don't really know much of anything, so I'm not going to say that. But, like somebody just told me how to spell my name recently, and thank you and a couple things like that. All right. Anyway, Francis, what's your next one? Your next movie mashup.
All right, we have this bride is seeking revenge on his former lover and mentor, who happens to be a time traveler, who with his friend must travel back in time to stop a bogus threat.
A what threat?
A bogus threat.
Bogus
okay.
Threat.
I think I know from that. So go ahead, Alex. I think you know the first one. I think I know.
So is it Kill Bill and Bill and Ted?
Yeah, it's Bill Ted's Excellent Adventure and Kill Bill, right?
Okay.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I tried to mash the names up on that one.
Kill Bill and Ted. There you go.
All right.
Mine are too easy.
Revenge.
Click on mine.
Oh wait. Okay, Craig's holding something up. Craig, that's just I can't see it. It's all too white. I have no idea what that says. I'm sorry. Write in like really black Sharpie ink or something. Craig, it also looks like you're on a VHS player. The way your video is, just because you're lighting.
No, it's like the rain.
Craig has time traveled back to the 1980s, folks, and he's watching Lost Boys.
I feel like Craig is in Paranormal Activity and something's going to move in the background.
Oh, it totally does feel like that. You're right.
Oh, that's the hallway. The dark hallway right behind him.
Right. And the little blue haze. Like, oh my God.
We see Craig get like grabbed off screen. Like, he'll be fine.
It's a whiteout. Oh my God. I was so close to the screen right there.
I'm Jordan on Twitter, by the way, tweets out hashtag Team Inappropriate for Life. There, Alex. There you go.
Oh, life.
Yeah. All right. Here's my next one for you guys. 4 problem solvers love it when a plan comes together until a bunch of future clerics do some gun kata on their asses.
Go ahead. I know this one.
Come on, Alex. You got to know one of these at least, right?
Equilibrium, but I missed the part of it. What would say the whole thing?
Yeah. All right. So Equilibrium is the gun kata part. Good. Well, that's actually great that both of you have watched Equilibrium. Many people have not seen that movie, and it's one of my favorites. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So
Equilibrium is life.
It is. 4 problem solvers love it when a plan comes together.
Oh.
Right, you got it.
I got it.
What is it?
The A-Team and Equilibrium.
Yeah, A-Team and Equilibrium. And the chat, Victor and Carrie just said A-Team.
I want to see Mr. T doing gun kata. Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yes.
I pity the fool who can't do gun kata.
Yeah.
Ow.
I pity the fool who's a sense offender. Oh my God. Oh, that's awesome.
Mr. T was mad. He was awesome, man. B.A. Baracus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In the chat, Tammy Anderson just joined us. Let's see. All right. Here we go. I still don't know what Craig is doing or what he's holding up, but we'll Yes, in the chat, folks, what Craig is trying to tell us.
They're trying to join us, I think.
Decrodius says, I want to keep watching Equilibrium, but never do. Put it on the top of your list. I'm not kidding. It's amazing action, but also very smart science fiction movie. Very well written.
Well acted. It is, but to be fair, the beginning of that movie is slow. It is kind of like like the original Ghost in the Shell, where you're gonna have to kind of sit through some smart dialogue and just like, okay.
Yeah, but you know what? I wish we had more movies like that. I thought that's great. And it's not super. It's not super slow. But I mean, you're right. There's a little bit of stuff to get through, but it's great. I think it's awesome. Craig just said
Sean Bean was in.
Sean Bean. Yeah, Craig just said in the chat to us. Sean Bean is awesome. Alex, you don't need to chat back. Just tell us.
What are you gonna tell? Were you say what Craig said?
I just told people what he said. Alex, you're killing me today, man.
I just want Craig to feel the love, man.
So Craig just says Sean Bean is awesome in Equilibrium. He is. He's really awesome in this. And Alex just typed to us, but he always dies in movies. He does die a lot in movies. They had that one like edited clip of him dying in every role or something one time on YouTube.
Or
Pierre Kelly just says, "Hey kids, are you guys chatting about classic TV?" Sort of, because we're playing Geeky Movie Mashup, and I'm working some classic TV into my things, or at least I don't know if I say classic. It's 80s TV, which is classic to me because I love that stuff.
You said plastic TV. I was like, what?
Yes, we're talking about plastic TV. It's going to surpass 4K.
There's a lot of plastic on TV. I'm just saying.
In Twitter, by the way, Charles Churchill tweets us, "I was thinking A-Team and Minority Report." That's not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
Minority
Report's another good sci-fi movie.
I couldn't get into the show though.
You know what? I watched the first bunch of episodes and then I fell off and then it got canceled anyway. So.
Right. I love Megan Garrett, but I couldn't do it.
It had potential for sure. All right, Francis, what's your next movie mashup?
All right, we got a crew of misfit intergalactic criminals with a love of 80s music, but heads with a starship full of washed-up television actors who never give up and never surrender.
Oh, I know. You got it, Alex? This is easy.
Say the whole thing again.
A crew of misfit intergalactic criminals with a love of 80s music, but heads with a starship full of washed-up television actors who never give up and never surrender.
I don't know if I have the second part.
Okay, we'll do the first part. I got the second part.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Yeah, and Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Galaxy Quest.
I love that line.
There you go again.
Never give up. Never surrender. That's an awesome movie.
Never.
We really got an 80s theme going today, which is, I love it. Great. My favorite decade.
Yeah.
Yep, Victor said Galaxy Quest in the chat. So did Tammy Anderson. They got it. All right, good job, guys. All right, we're doing a couple more. Here's my next one. A woman kicks butt with a sword and screams real loud while on her webcam she watches an awkward teenager try to have sex with a super hot foreign student.
What?
Maybe I've stumped them finally in the chat.
I got the second one.
Wait, if you know either of them, just tell me.
One of them is American Pie.
Yes, the awkward teenager having sex is American Pie. Which
who yells with the sword?
I don't want to see Wonder Woman in the first one, but there's a lot of women with swords that yell. It's either Xena or
here's a hint. Remember, one of these is a TV show.
That's true. That's true. The only one I can think she didn't have a sword. She had a chakra.
She did yell.
She had a sword too.
She had a sword too.
So,
I feel like Xena is the safe bet there.
It's
Xena. And Victor and Tammy just got it as well. Those guys are good. You know, she would always do that crazy yell every freaking time she ever did anything.
It was the worst.
She totally had a sword. Yeah, she used a chakra too. I mean, a lot of times she just used her fist and kicking and stuff in hand, but.
Yeah. No, that's
all right.
good.
Let's do one more each.
One more, so that works. All right, here we go. The two best hired guns in the West must save President Grant from the clutches of two rival New York City gangs who can't seem to stop dancing, singing, and snapping their fingers.
Okay, you got it, Alex?
I have one of them.
Okay, what is it?
West Side Story.
Yeah, that's what I got. So the other one, the first one, I haven't seen the movie, but is it Wild Wild West?
Wild Wild West.
Dude, I haven't seen the movie and I got it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wild Wild West Side Story. That was.
That's a good matchup actually.
That man got his giant spider.
Chris Hadley says West Side Story in the chat. Very good, Chris. Here's my last one for you guys. High school teacher is given a spandex suit granting him superpowers, which he uses to smoke pot with two slackers outside a video store.
Okay. Clerks
for the second one.
I'll let you do the first one because the first one's
think of our trend of 80s TV shows. Think of our trend.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh my God! Yes, you joined under an alias. I thought some strange person was coming in.
Hi, Adam Parks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you are. Hello.
All right, so hey, we'll get to
I'm
Craig
using my
in a
little
second.
brother's laptop.
Awesome. All right, so folks, Craig Poole is here. He finally figured it out. He's one of our awesome Patreon supporters. All right, guys. So the first part again was a high school teacher is given a spandex suit granting him superpowers, and think 80s TV.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
I didn't see that one. I don't have that one.
Craig, do you know what it is?
Could you say the whole thing again?
A high school teacher is given a spandex suit granting him superpowers, which he uses to smoke pot with two slackers outside a video store. They already got Clerks, which is the second part. In the chat, they're already getting it. Terry Johnson, Chris Hadley, Tammy Anderson all got it. Victor Snyder, very good guys. All right, Francis, just go ahead.
Believe it or not, it's a Greatest American Hero.
Nice on the Believe It or Not, which is maybe the best theme song ever on TV, by the way.
I've heard that.
I was going to guess.
Such an amazing. If you haven't seen Greatest American Hero, folks, they actually show it on Heroes and Icons now on Saturdays, which is a cable station. It's a new cable station. Yeah. They show I think 2 episodes or something in late morning. It's a fun show. All right.
Okay.
There we go. That was Geeky Movie Mashup. Excellent job in the chat, folks. Good job, guys. Good job, Craig, figuring out your technical issues.
You robbing brother's computer, yeah.
Robbing your brothers, did you say?
Little brother's computer, yeah, he's asleep.
Oh, nice. You just went in there, stole out of his room. Excellent.
Thanks, brother. I swear I heard the music as well.
In the chat, on Twitter, Charles Churchill said, Greatest American Hero Clerks. Yes, very good, sir. You got both of them. Excellent job. Thank you for watching. So again, on Twitter, at Super Geeked Up, in the live chat on YouTube, either way, this is how you can participate. We're going to do some news in a second. But let's just chat real briefly to our guests here, see what they're up to. Again, these are some of our awesome Patreon supporters. We have a whole bunch of different perks. At certain levels, though, you get to come on the show with us. So Alex and Craig are two. I really appreciate you guys' support. And obviously other people in the chat like Victor and Lister's Mate have support us as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. If you would like to support us, you can go to patreon.com/supergeekedup or supergeekedup.com. Any amount, actually Francis does as well. Thank you, sir. Any amount is a huge help. And again, like I said, I've been upgrading their stuff. You're going to see some changes here hopefully soon with there's a new webcam here, but I'm going to hopefully do some other cool stuff with the video to show you guys that your Patreon money is going to good effect. Guys, anything you can do is a great help. So anyway, but let's talk to these guys. So Alex is actually also a really cool comic book creator. Do you want to talk about that? You want to talk about anything else? What do you got? What do you want to talk about?
I'm trying to think of how to address that. So before I even do the comic book, as always, I'm going to say go to superherofaces.com, which is my friend Brad Faye's website about, right now, a lot of it is video content about cosplay. The pathos and stuff like that behind why people cosplay and other charities and things like that for people who are in the hospital and stuff like that. The other thing is we also do a comic book called One Nation for our company, which is Intense Comics. And you can find that at facebook.com/Intense Comics, which is 2 words. But yeah, that one's basically about a Muslim American girl who moves overseas and has to kind of find her own path as she's also pursued by people that basically want to sell her superpowers.
Selling superpowers. Oh, that's interesting. There'd be a big market for that, I think.
Right. You can get away with it. Everybody wanted a Captain America and Marvel. Almost everything came out of that, right? The Hulk, Wolverine, all that. So it's something that would create an arms race.
Yeah, you're right. Totally would. All right, cool, awesome. So check out Alex's stuff. And there's also, by the way, folks, he's kindly actually given me some of the comics and posters and stuff when we've seen each other at Comic-Con. The art's really awesome on it. Really cool stuff.
Thank you.
Craig, what besides being a technical guru, what I'm sorry, man, I'm just kidding. What anything you want to mention that you're up to for people can check out follow you?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Craig Allen Poole. I've got working on a fantasy novel series. Unfortunately, I've had a step back. Had a technical issue that got rid of my work, and unfortunately, the last time I updated my external hard drive was like 6 months ago, so I've had to redo quite a bit of it.
Oh no, you lost a bunch of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst, man. As a writer, that is the worst. So you know what? I've just started using OneDrive, which is kind of like a cloud-based thing in a way. So like, dude, I gotta, it's back it up.
It helps, yeah. It was irritating and heartbreaking. I tried different software, I couldn't get it back. So
I'm so sorry.
It just
That's
means that names are going to be different, but I've most of it's in my head anyway. So yeah. I'm working on that, and I'm working on a role-playing game, tabletop game for us. It'll be using the Savage World system, so I'm still working on that as well.
That's awesome, sweet.
Yeah. Also do voiceover work and such.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't know what's coming out. I can't remember what I'm doing.
He's really good at pantomiming too, folks, when his microphone isn't working.
Oh no, he's not.
Yeah. And also, actually, Craig has joined us for several of our gaming episodes. We also do gaming shows. Monday Night Mayhem we have. But we've also done some special ones like for charity, and he joined us for a bunch of those. So you can see him over those.
That was cool. And Star Wars.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Star Wars. Yeah, he played a Jedi Wookiee in Star Wars. Edge of the Empire. All right, and Francis, you want to tell people about the podcast shiz you do?
Sure. I'm on a bunch of podcasts. I don't know why, but I am.
Because of your sultry voice.
So I'm on I'm on a bunch of different podcasts like Conventional Wisdom, which is all about the conventions that we're going to throughout the year. What's good, what's bad, sometimes what's ugly on all conventions that are happening around you. It's all part of the Points of Interest Podcast Network. There's a brand new podcast coming out called the Points of Interest Podcast, where I am the co-host of with Josh Hawks, who was supposed to be here, but again, due to technical difficulties, can't be here. But you can find all of that stuff at pypodcast.com.
All right, awesome. Of course, folks, supergeekedup.com is the home for all our stuff. All right, so let's get some Geeked Up news of the week, and then we're going to talk superhero TV world we want to live in, and we're going to play one more game called One True Pairing. It was a little romantic, fun game. Okay, so first bit of news is about the show Arrow. We actually, Marks and I and Danielle do a show called DC Action Hour, where we talk about Arrow and Flash and Supergirl and all that stuff. So anyway, coming up for season 6, for those of you who are up on Arrow, this isn't going to ruin anything, but they've announced like one of the a new character who's going to be a vigilante. Richard Dragon is the name of the character, who's kind of like a kung fu master. Actually, I guess that was the name of the original comic, Kung Fu Master Richard Dragon. It says. Kirk Acevedo is going to play him, actually. So he's been in a bunch of stuff: Oz, Band of Brothers, Friends, 12 Monkeys. So he's going to be playing Richard Dragon in season 6. So what do you guys? Alex, I know you're not completely up on Arrow, but you've obviously watched a decent amount of it. Francis is, I know, up on it because we talk all the time about it. Craig, do you watch Arrow at all?
No.
All right.
I watched Smallville. Arrow was in that, but I wasn't
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Smallville in a minute, actually, and another thing. So that's great.
You understood that?
Anyway,
You sound like a Borg to me.
Maybe he is. He's being taken over by the Borg.
Right. Okay. Oh, and I'm caught up on Arrow, by the way.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm good now.
So what do you? I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know anything about Richard Dragon, the character, but I like the idea that he's a kung fu master because that could mean some really awesome martial arts scenes against Arrow and stuff, which I love seeing.
How ham are you going to let me go on this topic? Because I'll go hard. I won't be exactly like Star Wars. Like I won't.
Don't
go
forever. We got other segments, but you can go ahead.
No. I just meant in terms of not length but depth. You know what I mean? So I like the idea that it's Richard Dragon. I don't like the idea that he's a villain.
Well, it said vigilante, so that doesn't necessarily mean he's a villain.
Yeah, but if you're the one if he's the person they announced this early, it has to be him or vigilante proper, right? So I don't know. I think it depends on what they do because that vigilante character still hasn't been unmasked, right? So we need to know that, and this person being primarily pubbed as the villain, because one of the things I love the most about DC is they have that super clear hierarchy of who's the top probably 10 martial artists in their world, and you know who would win at any point in time. So I always like that, and I like that one of those characters is in there because they brought in Brod's Tiger, but they didn't do anything with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is what Michael Jai White. So I want all the more martial arts people in there. I'm still mad Nissa isn't Shiva.
I know I really wanted. I thought they might do Lady Shiva this upcoming season. I would have fucking loved that so much.
Oh man.
By the way, what is? Don't go through all of them. You don't have to, but because I love martial arts stuff. Who is number one? Who do they actually rank as number one? Is it Shiva?
Cassandra. No, it's Cassandra Cain.
Batgirl?
Yeah, Batgirl is one.
What?
Shiva
Really?
is two.
I had no idea she was that amazing at martial arts.
Yeah, that's why I was so happy like a month ago they actually brought her back and established like, no, it's post-New 52, our hierarchy is back, Cassandra is not to be messed with, and Shiva is two, and Batman is dope, but he's not in there. He's not in
the top 10 at all?
He's in the top 10, but he's not top 5. It's like Cassandra, Shiva, Richard Dragon, Bronze Tiger.
Is Black Canary in the top 10?
In there. She's in the top 10.
Yeah, she should be. She's supposed to be like amazing.
Yeah.
Listeners in the chat says, when you said there's a new character in Arrow, I thought you said it was Puff the Magic Dragon.
Nice.
Well, that would be awesome if it was Puff the Magic Dragon. All right. Well, so I'm curious to see how it plays out with Richard Dragon.
Sure.
I just want more fights.
Yeah, I mean, because there was like, particularly the season finale of season 5, that's some of the best fights I think they've ever done. That was awesome.
Especially since they did so poorly the season before, you know, like it was I didn't like it.
I like that. Let's just pretend that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Which season are you talking about? The
4.
The Hive season? What's the
the fucking Damien Dark season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, this guy in, and who apparently is kind of he's kind of a Bruce Lee-ish kind of character anyway, so that's going to be a lot of fun to see. And I guess his actual name is Ricardo Diaz.
Right, it is
not Dragon.
Yeah, but he goes by Richard Dragon, I guess, or that's what people call him.
Oh, is that what they're calling
him? The
Collider
article also mentioned he was in the 70s. He created, so they think he was probably because of Bruce Lee and stuff at the time is where they created him from.
So that's cool. I'm happy to see more martial arts. They need that. Stay away from the magic. Don't need that magic. Yeah. But you can bring Zatanna in. That's okay.
Oh, hell yeah, with Zatanna. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's why, dude, I want a Shiva, or I really want Talia to become things. I wanted more like kick-ass.
I feel like Talia will be an issue at some point.
I hope so, man, because I'm really not happy if that's all they used her for.
No, but that her versus Nissa had to happen so bad.
Yeah, but all right, sorry, we're gonna get off on this topic.
No,
I talked about it in our DC Action Hour show. How I was let down by how short that fight was and how like the.
Oh, yeah.
It should have been epic, is what I'm saying. But
that's fair, but she technically should have stomped Nissa into the ground. But that's a whole different thing.
That's the thing. I wanted to be more of a relay. They went at it, and it was like, ooh, they're really close together. Nissa just kicked her ass, basically.
Yeah.
Saving it for this season. They're saving it.
Yeah, I do love this.
Yeah, you want to give me a full-blown episode of that? Like, let's go. I love both of them.
Yeah. Although I think somebody told me Katrina Law got cast on some other show, maybe. So I don't know if she's going to be in it as much. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check on that. I'm not sure if that's true. All right. Anyway, next, let's go on to another big bit of news. This one's real quick. Let me put this in the chat so people know what the hell we're talking about. So I happened to find this at the Hollywood Reporter and the Heat Vision, which is their like geeky superhero stuff. This new sci-fi movie coming out 2018 called Defective. I'm putting in the chat here a link to it. I don't know. I just think it looks cool. It's a dystopian near future police state thing. There's like kind of police robots looking like they're moving around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I thought it looked really cool. It has obviously a very nice feel to it in terms of like atmosphere and stuff and setting. What do you guys think about it?
What was that movie with the what was it? Chappie?
Oh,
the name of the movie, Chappie.
Chappie, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of gives me that sort of feel. I mean, it's a super short trailer, you know, like it
was a teaser trailer.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, look, post-dystopian stuff like that is always cool, you know. But how far did they say how far into the future this is supposed to be?
Next year.
No.
You mean next year it's coming out, or it's supposed to be next?
I was making a joke that it's set in 2018, but it's not. I don't know. It does come out in 2018. I actually don't know where it's set. Craig, are you looking it up? Is that
yeah, it says in the near future. So
okay.
It's one of those.
The near future.
Say next 20 years, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Next 5.
In the chat, Tammy says Iron Eagle ? Well, Iron Eagle is a great 80s movie about like Top Gun kind of like playing like fighter jets.
Iron Eagle is life. Oh my god. That is why I'm a flight nerd.
Lou Gossett Jr. Is that who's in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I love that movie when I was a kid. Iron Eagle. All right.
There a Jamie movie that was similar to that? There was a Jamie Foxx movie. Stealth or something like that? Or there was like, was that the one with the planes?
Yeah. Is that the one with Jessica Biel too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tin Man.
I think is that the one? I think there's some scene where they're all like in their bathing suits and she's in a bikini and it has really like nothing to do. Like, why are these stealth pilots?
With anything, there's no reason for them to be there. I was so hyped for that movie because I'm a big flight nerd. Like, if you give me Top Gun, Iron Eagle 2, anything that has a fighter jet in it, I'm watching it. That movie came out, I was like, yes! And then I watched it.
Oh, no, by the way, folks, first off, I'm actually wearing, this is my Top Gun Star Wars shirt. It's a Top Gun like style with a Rebel on it logo there, folks, that you mentioned Top Gun. And Tammy says the Chappie is played by Lou Gossett Jr. or character in Chappie. That's why she mentioned Iron Eagle, I guess, or something.
Oh. Really? That's cool. That's awesome. All right.
Victor says the reason for the bikini is because she is sexy. Well, I guess so, if you like Jessica Biel and that kind of stuff.
I had a gratuitous volleyball scene in Top Gun, all right? There was no need for the Top Gun volleyball scene.
Wait, is there a volleyball scene in Top Gun?
There is absolutely a volleyball scene in Top Gun. The only thing I will give that movie credit for in regards to that is for probably the first time ever, it was gratuitous dude.
Okay, so it's made guys, right?
So we'll give it love for that.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. Yeah. The equal opportunity. Is Tom Cruise in that? Does he play the volleyball?
Val Kilmer. Yeah, it's like Val Kilmer, Goose, and Tom Cruise.
Maverick. Yeah. All right.
And Slido. I think the other guy is.
Well, I totally forgot about that scene.
Yeah.
That movie is really weird to watch now too, because you'll watch it and be like, "Oh my god, I know all of those people," and they're all like dads in movies now.
Right now. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, no, he's still in his peak. He's kicking ass. Chris Alley says Chappie is played by Charlton Copley.
Yeah, Copley.
I'm sorry. So I guess Lou Gossett Jr. is in Chappie in some other role. Though is what Tammy's saying. I'm sorry. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know who's playing who. All right. So last bit of news is Tammy says, "Yeah, for topless Val Kilmer volleyball." All right. I actually always really liked Val Kilmer, man. He did some damn awesome roles.
The Saint.
I was just thinking the Saint.
I love that movie.
My favorite though is actually, oh god. So actually, we were talking about this last week. My love for Willow. He plays Mad Mardigan in Willow. He's amazing. Right. But you know what I really love him in is in Tombstone as Doc Holliday. He is like the amazingest Doc Holliday. So good.
So good.
Your Huckleberry.
That was another college repeat movie.
Okay. I'm so confused now, the chat. They're saying Luke Gossett Jr. was an Iron Eagle. Yes, I am aware of that. That's what I had said. I just don't know what it has to do with Chappie. Maybe it has nothing to do with Chappie. I'm not even sure if Luke Gossett Jr. is alive. I hope he is.
Oh, wow. You're right. Oh, no. now I got to look.
Sorry. I didn't want to bring the show down.
A group of actors where we don't really know.
I hope he is because he's really cool.
I think he's still alive. It looks like he's still okay. He's all right.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Francis. Thank you for confirming.
He's like Morgan Freeman, where he's just been old forever and no one knows why.
Morgan Freeman looks great still, yeah.
He does. He doesn't age anymore. It's weird.
All right. So here we go. Last bit of news is actually this was just last night on what the fuck's his name? Who took over for David Letterman? Why can't I think of his name right now? The late show host.
Oh, David Letterman. Oh,
not Conan.
Oh,
come on, guys. No, nobody knows his name. I can't think of it. I'm not
on television anymore.
Jimmy Fallon.
No, no, he's the other one. He took over for Leno.
Craig Fergus.
No, okay, forget it. I give up. Just tell us in the chat. This is terrible.
Who are the rest of them?
He was on Comedy Central with Jon Stewart before, then he took over for Letterman.
Oh, oh my God, what is his name?
Oh, I feel better now that none of us can remember.
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert. Thank you, Tammy. So bad.
Colbert Report.
Anyway, Daniel Craig he actually did a bunch of interviews earlier in the day saying, I don't know if I'm coming back as Bond. I can't tell you guys. And then at Colbert, he said, yes, I'm definitely coming back as Bond. I was waiting to tell you. So I couldn't tell all those other interviewers. So anyway, there's been rumors that because, I guess after the last Bond movie, Spectre, ended, that was it, right? He was kind of like, right after it ended, he was a little bit sick of playing Bond. But anyway, he's back on board now. He's going to the 25th Bond movie. He's going to be playing Bond. I think he did say, though, this is going to be his last time. I guess it's going to be the last one for him. So what do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, I think he's been a very good Bond, actually.
I've enjoyed his run a lot. I haven't seen Spectre. That's the only one I haven't seen. Either. But not Quantum of Solace. The one with the guy that didn't really have a jaw or something weird, no face, like that one was my favorite one. Yeah,
Skyfall is actually, I think, my favorite Bond movie ever. To be honest with you, it was so good.
Oh yeah, I love Skyfall.
I heard he's doing 2 more Bond movies, not just this next one. But
oh really? I thought the article said it was only 1. Maybe I don't know. Well, who knows? I mean, first off, who knows what this guy's saying? I get it. Part of it, he wanted to make the reveal on Colbert. I guess I get it.
He wants to.
I'm cool with them making them until they make an Idris Elba and everybody's brain explodes.
Yeah, everybody wants Idris Elba, right?
Yes, I want Idris. Idris is awesome.
Yeah,
be cool.
I mean, look, with a change for sure. They changed the Doctor in Doctor Who. They can change.
Yeah.
He's got an accent, and he said he wants Idris Elba. So yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Elba's British, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Londoner.
All right. Well, there you go.
Is that a bad thing?
Chris Halley says he's honestly not a big fan of the James Bond movies. That's fine. Victor says the best Bond movie is Live and Let Dead.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die. Yeah. Okay. Live and Let Dead. That was the sequel.
Yeah.
And then Carrie says, this is interesting actually, because this got brought up at Comic-Con. I want Charlize Theron as Bond. There was a panel about Charlize Theron in Hall H, and the moderator actually asked her about playing Bond. She actually said, she was actually saying she thinks Craig is good, and she would love to see Idris Elba as Bond. She would actually say she would just like to keep playing her character in Atomic Blonde, which I saw last week actually.
Great film.
Did you think so? I was actually quite disappointed because I was super hyped for this film.
Really?
Don't kill me.
I didn't like the story, but I thought the rest of it was good.
Well, yeah, that's my problem, man. The story was not good.
Don't do this to me. No.
Oh, no, we will not tell anything about the story. No spoilers. I promise you, no spoilers. I do not do spoilers, sir.
What film is it?
Yes.
Atomic Blonde is what it's called. I wanted you to see it so bad because what they showed at Comic-Con, and I'll still say this, it's one of the best fight scenes you will ever see in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she did all her stuff from what it's at Comic-Con. She did all the fight scenes herself, I think. It's one of like the most realistic, gritty, amazing. It's awesome. It's worth watching just for that, just for the action and fight stuff. But unfortunately, I just felt the story was a mess. And it was just...
It was.
Which just sucks, though, because I was so hyped for, just give me, it just needs a decent story and amazing action. I'm like, yeah.
But I think it carries... Yeah,
what was that?
The style...
Go ahead, Alex.
Wait, I want Francis to get his point out first.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay, I was just saying, the style itself, the style of that film and the fact that Charlize Theron really played a Bond-esque character in that movie, I thought it was enough to carry it, despite the fact that the story was really weak. Despite all that, and the twists were terrible, and it's just fine. It is what it is, but...
Carrie in the chat says Atomic Blonde was good. It deserves a sequel, so he enjoyed it. And by the way, guys, this is the last movie I wanted to rag on. This was my most anticipated movie just about this year. Because you know me, I'm all about awesome female protagonists, kicking ass. And I'll agree with you. The acting was really good. Not just Charlize, but James McAvoy's in it. The acting's good in this movie. They did everything they should do. It just... But that's part of my problem with the Bond movies, too, is that there's no character development. And that's a little bit of the issue here, too, I feel like. It's just, here's a bunch of characters doing awesome stuff, but we don't know anything about them or why they do what they do. And I feel Skyfall, which is why I love it, is the first Bond movie that really got into his backstory and why he does what he does and what drives him. And I think that's, if Atomic Blonde continues, which I would like it to, I think it needs to get more into that. Although I think it probably won't because it didn't make much money at the box office, unfortunately.
I think when you play Blonde, there's a lot of pressure specifically for that because you're playing that character. So I think if she's playing that kind of character but in a different role, she doesn't have that responsibility to the characters. It's playing such a famous British character. I love Daniel Craig in the role. I did have a theory that my thought was that the name is related to the 00, so 007 is always James Bond. It so happens that one of the people who played James Bond is actually called James Bond. Right.
That's what the real name is.
So yeah, whatever their real name is, it's changed to whatever. So 006 would be Alex Trevelyan. So you could see other Trevelyan, but the only one we know is Sean Bean because Sean Bean's awesome.
Yes,
that totally makes sense.
It was a theory I had. Skyfall kind of trumped it until I came up with a counter argument. So.
Okay. But Alex, did you want to make a point about Atomic Blonde or Bond or anything?
Yeah, but he just gave me the biggest nostalgia bomb ever by saying Trevelyan because we would play 007 GoldenEye and just be like, Trevelyan, and yell at each other as we were shooting. I feel like Hollywood needs that right now, like that Atomic Blonde that's an actual bankable franchise because we couldn't get it out of Salt or Hannah or apparently Ghost in the Shell. Marvel doesn't seem like they're going to actually give us we
have it in Wonder Woman though for sure now.
Yeah, but I don't mean but that's not that spy movie, right? That's more so what I mean. I feel like we can get them out of action movies proper, but we can't get that. Black Widow would have been the place to do that.
Yeah, I'd love a Black Widow standalone. I'd love to see a Black Widow standalone.
Yeah,
TV seems to be able to do it.
Actual origins.
She was the top choice in our poll last week about what superhero and you want to get their own movie. So yeah, everybody wants to see it. I agree with you. I would love to see that.
Most likely.
I'm sorry, Craig. Go ahead.
I think because it's Marvel, they could take the risk of actually making that. If it's any other kind of character, they may be more hesitant, but because of how much of a following Black Widow has, and because Scarlett Johansson, I think they could make that. I hope they do anyway.
For me, it's a no-brainer. I don't to make that movie, but Black Widow. I mean, I agree with you. I do want to see like Atomic Blonde type, some kind of female-fronted spy type thing. I think that's awesome. I'm 100% behind you. The problem is, unfortunately, people are not going to see them. If we want these movies, folks, you don't go to all the fucking Marvel movies and go see these instead, or see them all. You know? But
then I think you answered your own question, though. I don't know if people want it. I don't think enough people want it, really.
Maybe I really want it though, so I want other people to want it.
Yeah, you do.
I want to.
So the question.
I like having.
So the question becomes, because you can get those on TV, right? Like, so you can get Nikita, you can get Revenge, you can get Alias, you can get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that run for a long period of time. Why can't you get someone to come see them in film? Even with bankable stars, like we only got the one Salt movie, which maybe
Angelina Jolie was at her like height then, right? Charlize Theron is obviously huge.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they seem to be doing what they should be doing, right? But I mean, like I actually saw the last showing of Atomic Blonde before it left theaters. And I was like, oh shit, it's 2 weeks and it's already gone. Because I was looking at like, I was like, fuck, I gotta go see it right now.
Right, you are breaking news to me right now. I thought I had time.
No, dude, it's gone. It's already gone. I'm
going to say something controversial then. And I think
you can see it on video, obviously, in a couple months probably. But, controversial. Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. I think it's because the actresses that they're getting for these films are not young enough. They are older actresses, like Charlize Theron's in her 40s, I want to say. Angelina Jolie was already older when she was doing Salt. There are a lot of these actresses who are, and mind you, like I said, I enjoyed all those films. We all enjoyed those films, and we all really liked them. But part of me thinks that if you cast someone like, and I hate to use her as an example, but I'm going to anyway, Jennifer Lawrence in a role like that, I think you'll see a much more responsive audience because she's bankable and she's big and she's known for a lot of stuff. So I think then if you cast her as one of those characters, you will definitely see some return. But
this
for
is a very
now,
interesting point. I know Alex is chomping at the bit here to join us.
I have a really easy joke, which is that's why we keep getting first class movies the way that they are. Right?
Yeah,
Mystique. She's the main character of all the first class movies for some reason. Like, I love her.
Yeah,
you know? Everybody wins all Hunger Games. Like, you know,
she's like the most bankable star right now.
Yeah,
it's actually a very interesting.
Go
ahead, Craig.
What role? What actor? Then, younger actress? Would you?
What actress besides Jennifer Lawrence? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, so Jennifer Lawrence, Scarlett Johansson, right? Who's already a Black Widow. Those are probably two of the ones that come right.
Scarlett Johansson isn't. She's not in her 20s. Is she still?
No, but she's 30s? Still pretty. She still, I think, is fairly youthful.
Oh, absolutely.
Ghost in the Shell didn't work either.
No.
But yeah, and it's kind of my point.
Who else is there though?
Daisy Ridley, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I could see Daisy Ridley doing it. They tried to have what's her face from Kick-Ass. You know, but she was fairly. I mean, she was just a kid.
Oh, Chloe Grace Moretz. Yeah.
She obviously can do the stunts. I don't know if she's still known. I mean, because she hasn't done a film in a while. But I mean, I hate to say that because I don't want to believe that's the way things are. But if you look at how films have been going with female leads, unless it's Mad Max.
Yeah, I really. I hope
that's
not. I hope that's not what it is because I think Charlize Theron was a perfect choice for Atomic Blonde. I think she was great.
I agree 100%.
Do you think that we're still in a state of society where people kind of accept more older men in those kind of roles, like Tom Cruise, who's 55 and still doing Mission Impossible, but you think women need to be younger?
You have to be doing it for a long time though before we'll give you that pass though. Like you traditionally don't see those that came out of nowhere. There's still a lot of times those people that were action stars in the 90s when they were younger, and now we're just like, okay, it's cool that you're 60 and we don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The problem becomes like if you're gonna get that now out of female Hollywood, it's gonna have to be like Arya Stark. You know what I mean? Like you have to have somebody like Macy Williams, someone that you know you can do it. And it should have been like I always forget her name, River Tam.
Oh yeah.
Those people always
Summer
get those
Glau.
roles on TV, not in film, and you don't know if they're bankable yet.
Right. So part of the problem is, I think you're saying like you need kind of like it helps the actors have a history of doing these movies, but the problem is they haven't been offering a lot of these roles to women. So how can they get a history of doing them when there's not?
Exactly. If you're not Mila Jovovich, you are not occupying that space.
Oh, you're right. That's the one actress actually who has really done it, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
Well,
I like a lot.
Also, Charlize Theron has done it, right? Like the people that have done it is her, Charlize Theron, and Angelina Jolie. But they're also all dramatic actors, with the exception of Mila Jovovich. So you're not going to call her if you want your family drama matriarch of the family, but you might call the other two.
Yeah.
I don't think the opportunities are there.
Right.
I think it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder for women to get into those kind of roles to build up that reputation, because the movies aren't really being made. Studios don't think people are interested in that or not. I don't know, but for men, it seems like with Chris Pratt, Guardians of the Galaxy, and suddenly he's in Jurassic Park, and he's a leading man, and he's an action star, and that from one movie. But there's not that many women are instantly put into the same category. So I think it is harder for them to get those kind of roles.
You know, there's another actress who I think could do it, who's still pretty young, is Blake Lively.
She did, yeah. I actually am surprised we're not saying Gal Gadot, because she's already done Wonder Woman. If she was put in another role like that,
you're right. She's got the pedigree, actually.
I think Gal would be able to do it.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez.
See, that one's hard though, because she's always the girlfriend still.
And she's never top lining, right? She's always
like 15 years later, she's still the tough girlfriend.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like someone like Jessica Biel for a minute.
The boss one. Oh,
Jeff, we hijacked you so bad. You better move on.
Oh, well, actually, no. You know what? I actually thought this was one of the most thought-provoking discussions we've had on Super Geeked Up, so I'm happy to do it. Thank you for bringing that up. It's actually something that's very dear to my heart, to be honest, because these are kind of things I try to write myself, characters and what I like seeing. So I will make one last plea then, if you are watching this show, since all of us, it seems like, love these kind of female fronted action movies. Please go try to see them if you can. That's the way, really. Unfortunately, Hollywood, it's all about box office. That's how it works. So you gotta show them that you want to see these movies, or they're not gonna make them. And that's what they're gonna say. They're just gonna say people don't support it. They don't want to see it. But I do, damn it, and so do all of us. And we're smart, so listen to us.
I'll take 5 more seasons of Nikita too. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
I'll take 5 more series of Agent Shield. Thank you.
All right.
I better get that.
All right. We'll move on here to our Geek Tweet number 2 question, which is, what superhero TV world would you love to live in? So a lot of choices now. It doesn't have to be current ones. I'm actually choosing one from the past. Actually, I'm going to go first. You know what? Since Craig already said earlier, my choice is going to be Smallville. It's one of my favorite shows ever. Yeah. I just love that show. Clark, I just want to be friends with Clark Kent because he's awesome. I think Tom Welling was awesome as Clark on that show. I could go sneak into Luthor Mansion because there's the worst security in the world, and anybody just walks into that place who wants to. I could hang out in Kansas on a farm if I wanted to. I'm not sure why I want to do that, but also, since most people seem to get some kind of powers from the kryptonite shards, the meteor rocks they call them, I would probably get some cool superpowers. Which might maybe be a super villain though, because that's what happens to most people. It seemed like, but
still be a freak of the week.
Yeah.
Chloe's wall weird.
You'll be on the wall weird. That's amazing.
In the chat, Victor says Alpha, an old sci-fi show.
Oh, Alpha, yeah.
I didn't see that. I never saw that show.
All
right, well, Craig, what's your choice? You got Smallville too, or something else?
No, I was torn over this. I think I went with X-Men for a similar reason, because it means I could end up with power. That'd be pretty cool.
So, like, which is there a certain like the X-Men cartoon show, maybe?
Like 90s X-Men cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want specific TV show, then 90s cartoon.
Oh, no, that was great. Sure. Chris Hanley wants to live in Gotham. I don't want to live in that version of Gotham. That's on TV right now.
That's brave. That's brave.
But Chris says he says it because he watches Gotham. Okay, I'm glad you enjoy it. I would not want to live there, man. That's a messed up place. Alex, what's your answer?
That's so hard. Does it have to be like live action? Can I do animated?
No, he did it. Craig did animate. You can do animated.
In that case, I would probably do Last Airbender.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because they're giant catastrophic calamities do not seem like they would affect me all that much, but it would still be super interesting to live in a world with bending. It's not like world destroying every 6 months.
All right, what would you bend?
Man.
Well, he's thinking of that. Earth. Victor in the chat says Supergirl would be his second choice. All right, cool.
I would do Earth.
Earth?
Nice.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched that show. When you say bend, that means you control Earth as the element. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, so he bends air, the main character, right? That's what.
If you get a chance, binge that. It's only 4 seasons, about 17 to 22-minute episodes. It's so good. Like that is the best American animated TV show of all time.
Oh, holy
not
shit!
Batman animated series.
Better than Batman animated series?
Only because it's not based on any other source material. It's just Avatar. Otherwise, nothing's beating Batman.
Okay, because actually, Justice League is actually my favorite, but
that's great.
So what I'll try to do is I'll try to wipe from my mind the live action Airbender movie and watch the animated series.
You know what? Honestly, you don't even have to. If you watch the movie, which is terrible, like don't get it twisted. That movie is terrible.
No, yeah, it's horrible.
Some of the portions of that movie you can still watch and appreciate. Like when the Fire Nation first gets there and you look and go, wow, he really did just steal this straight out the show. Those parts that are actually good about that movie, like seeing Azula right before the credits, like you'll still be like, yes, like I see where you were trying to go, but that movie is terrible.
It's so bad.
Take 22 hours and try to make it 2 hours. Stop it.
In the chat, Chris says, he says, on second thought, he doesn't want to live in Gotham. We convinced him. He says Metropolis would be interesting. That's actually, I think, a much safer choice. Well, okay. Maybe not. But maybe not buildings falling on your head or something. But Victor says waterbending is the best. That's what he would choose. Tammy in the chat says Eternia because all the fab heroes and villains. So nice He-Man. And She-Ra there. Very nice. I like that. I love He-Man. Tammy also says, or Incredibles if I can be Edna Mode.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Max, can we get the second one, though?
So, Francis, what's your choice for superhero TV world you want to live in?
I just wanted to relax in my TV world. And you said superhero, so I really thought a lot of DC. And I went to the Lois and Clark version of Metropolis, where nothing really happened. I mean, you had superheroes. And you had,
Howie Mandel was Mitzelplick.
Oh, shit, I didn't really watch that show, so I didn't. That's cool.
Yeah, I love Terry Hatcher.
I mean, like The New Adventures, that one.
Just a Lois and Clark, right? Yeah.
I love that show.
Oh no, Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman is what it was called, right?
I think so.
Yeah, The New Adventures of Superman.
Yeah, it was the most timid of superhero locations. I'm like, if I can get powers and just hang out there, that's cool with me. I can just relax. I don't have to worry about going and hang out. So that'd be where I'd go.
Excellent.
My mom and I used to live off that show. That show was great.
I do like how they have brought many of those actors onto Supergirl. Those like Dean Cain, Terry Hatcher, those two actually. I guess. Supergirl's brought some other actors on as well, but from that show, that's cool.
Yeah,
CW is really good.
I did find it.
Yeah, they actually the show all those like the CW shows are good about actually like John Wesley Shipp from the Flash in the '90s, which is awesome. That obviously he's Barry's father, and I don't think Arrow really. I can't think of anybody Arrow's brought back.
Well, there was no previous Arrow TV show.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, they use a lot of characters from Batman and stuff. But I mean, there really wasn't a Batman except Batman in the '60s.
If you just said this, I apologize. Lois is about to be on Supergirl, right?
She was.
Carrie Hatcher? Yeah, I was just talking about that.
No, not that Lois.
Erica Durance. Erica
Durance is going to be the mom. She's going to be Supergirl's mom.
Well, here's the thing. She's actually, the other actress is not playing it anymore. Erica Durance is taking over Kara's Kryptonian mother, the role of Kryptonian mother.
I hope they point it out. I want them to point it out like they did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when the ant changed.
You got real light skin, Viv.
Well, if they're like, my show's super knocked up, they won't say anything about it. But like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they'll make a big deal about it.
Oh, man, that is awesome. You got real light skin.
I bet they won't say anything about it, actually.
Oh, that's so good.
In the chat, Johnny Pappas is joining us. Says, hey, Johnny, good to see you. He actually helped us out with San Diego Comic-Con, Super Geeked Up stuff. Thank you, Johnny. All right, let's move on here. But yeah, I love Erica Durance's Lois. I think she was awesome. So I'm glad to see her back.
She had to grow on me. She's smirky.
Oh, dude, I loved her from day one, man. I was like, yes, give me this Lois and as much as possible.
There are certain actresses that are just smirky to me. Like
I like that though for that Lois. I think it totally fit for her to be smirky.
If you watch Game of Thrones, Marjorie Tyrell is real smirky.
I love Marjorie.
There's nothing wrong with Marjorie Tyrell though.
No, I love her in Hunger Games. She used to drive me insane in Thrones though.
Oh,
I'm like, I love you so much, but you need to stop smirking all the time.
Alex is like, I see you. You take the smirking school of acting.
Tom Cruise's wife.
The Tom Cruise's wife.
She does that too. She's not as her.
Wait, is Tom Cruise married again? Who's Tom Cruise married to?
You know who I'm talking about. What's her face?
Oh, you mean his former wife, Katie Holmes? Is that who you mean?
Yeah, she's smirky too, especially in Batman.
Oh, in Batman.
No, in Batman.
Stop smirking at Bruce Wayne, woman. What are you doing? Stop it.
Wow. All right. So folks. So ladies, if you want to get with Alex, don't be smirking. Don't be.
Yeah, this.
I'm on a real people smirk. Just don't smirk through my whole movie. What are you doing to me right now?
Johnny says, "Love myself, Natalie Dormer." He's a fan of hers. Tammy says she just finished a cape for a Damian Wayne Robin costume. She's been doing that, I guess, while she's been watching. So that's awesome.
Nice.
Very nice. All right. Hey, Tammy, why don't you can make me a cape too, maybe. Not for Damian Wayne though, because I not Damian Wayne, but Batman or somebody maybe. All right, let's go on to last game of the night. One True Pairing is what this is called. This is a game where we have to kind of. So here's the thing. So Alex, me, and Craig are going to pick a character from the DC universe. And so start thinking, guys, if you haven't already. And then after we choose our characters, Francis is going to reveal another character from the DC universe. We are not going to know what that is until he reveals it. We're going to have to, Alex, you're killing me with this chat stuff. Say it in the.
No, then I'll just be talking all the time. Plus, I always do this.
All right. Fine. Alex loves Damien. I do not. But okay, I'm glad somebody likes it.
Damien is life.
Oh, he's the worst. But Tammy likes it, so that's all right. Tammy.
Especially now that there's a Jonathan Kent. He made Damien even better.
Okay. Listeners may says smirks are the best response to everything. All right. So anyway, we are going to have to argue why our character would be the best romantic pairing with whatever character Francis gives us. So as you can imagine, these usually are totally crazy and don't really make sense, but we have to try to come up with some creative way about why our characters would be a good romantic pairing. I will let you gentlemen choose first, and then I will choose one, and then we'll go to Francis. So Alex, who would you like to choose?
From the Arrowverse?
No, anybody from DC, comics, movies, TV, doesn't matter.
Oh.
Doesn't have to be from the TV
this
shows.
person? I'm just going to go with Cassandra Cain then.
All right, so Batgirl. Okay, wait, Cassandra Cain was the one who was deaf and mute. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And she did sign language. Is that how she communicated?
Initially, no, just body language. So you already know where some of my arguments are going.
All right. Oh, yes. Okay. Anyway, Craig, who's your choice?
I don't know DC that well, so I'm sorry. I'm going Wonder Woman.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you took one of mine, but that's okay. I had a backup, so that was good. By the way, in the chat, Listeners Mate says Alex Martin is the best on video and chat. Oh, well, look at that. You got a nice compliment. Thank
you. I love you too.
Go.
All right. Oh, boy. Now he's going to try to take over. Okay. Anyway. So since you said Wonder Woman, I'm going to go Zatanna.
Oh, all right. All right. Here is your DC character that you got to work with. Constantine.
Oh, geez. Constantine. Oh, boy. Craig, do you know who that is?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh!
In the movie, yes. I forgot about that. Shit. Good enough.
Oh, man.
That version.
Series. So I'm going with him. I don't know the other guy.
All right, cool. All right, so Alex, since you already had some argument in mind, why don't you tell us why Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, would be a good romantic pairing with Constantine?
She would be a good match for Constantine because in the beginning, she doesn't really talk much until she learns how to do that. And then she can also bodyguard him because he's just going to get himself in trouble with demons and, like vampires and all kind of things that are just supernatural that she's not worried about. Like, if you think that she can take out Shiva Wusan, she can definitely, twirl a stake around and take out a Dracula. You know what I mean? So I feel like she would be a good pairing to also smack him in the mouth when he's just doing too much that he just shouldn't be doing, or being morally ambiguous as he likes to do.
All right, fine argument. Chris Hadley wants to know what's on your shoulder, Alex.
It's a katana.
Alex always brings his katana on the show. It's a tradition.
Very nice.
Craig, why would Wonder Woman make a good match with Constantine?
I think they complement each other. His kind of reserved personality combined with her strong and curious personality. I think they would complement each other. They'd help each other out in jobs. I think she'd be open to exploring that kind of universe and fighting alongside him without a second hesitation when she kind of realizes, things that go bump in the night.
All right. In the chat, Johnny Pappas had guessed it was either a sword or a golf club. That was on Alex's shoulder. Lister's Mate says Alex Martin should win the internet. Geez, got the Alex Martin fan club here in the chat.
Yes, we need that. IntenseComics.com. It's not that.
Well, that's funny. I said that, and Johnny Pappas had just typed in Anthony is gunning for the presidency of the Alex fan club.
Yes, there are slots.
All right, gentlemen. Those are fine arguments, but now I'm going to tell you why Zatanna is obviously the best romantic pairing with Constantine. Okay, so first off, dude, they both do magic, right? So that's the perfect choice there. None of these other people can understand about magic like Zatanna can, okay? I think both of them can be a little mischievous or get into trouble. Zatanna's fine with that. She has no problem getting into trouble. Look, Constantine, you said it has a lot of demons hanging around him, right? Okay, look, who knows how to deal with demons is Zatanna. Demons aren't going to bother her. She deals with demons all the time, blah, blah, blah. She can get rid of them if she needs to, help him out. She obviously, her costume is obviously ridiculously sexy. There's no way Constantine is not falling for Zatanna. That just, hands down, not happening. Forget it. So you throw in that, you got her magic. I mean, look, this guy's going to be, it's done.
I kind of agree with that, actually. Like, when you said Zatanna, I'm like, oh, man, Constantine, obviously, and like that feels like such a right match.
Yes, I win.
I always love Jeff's passion on these. Like, I need you to do a podcast or something that is just you doing these all day.
Just me
Like,
doing
I would
this.
just watch these on a loop, like while I was at work, or listen to them of just you making those arguments. Because you always start with, "Okay, dude, look," and then you're just super excited, like the whole time. Like, it makes me happy in my soul.
Oh, good. I'm glad I can be entertaining. In the chat, Listeners Mate says, I really hope in the future Zatanna comes on Supergirl. Dude, I would love that too. She was on Smallville. Actually, I don't know. I really liked her on Smallville. I think they did a good job.
Really?
Oh, yeah, like a couple times. Yeah, they did a good job with
a lot of people in there. Dr. Fate was on there.
Yes.
Bart Allen.
They had the whole
was on
Justice
there.
Society on there. They had Justice Society, Aquaman, Impulse, Cyborg.
The
years,
Legion of Superheroes. Like, they snuck people in a lot.
Yeah, they did a really. If you haven't watched that show, folks, like I love it. Before all these CW shows, man, Smallville was rock kicking ass.
Yeah, they were.
I stopped after season. I think.
Season what?
Either
3?
3 or 4.
Oh, keep watching.
So here's my question in terms of where you were watching it. Did you see Dean Winchester on there or no? Were you far enough to where you saw him?
Yeah, he's season 2. So he's.
Oh, I thought that was farther when the witch stuff. That was.
No,
where I was like,
Jensen Ackles is in season 2. That's actually I saw him on there first, and then I was like, oh, now he's in Supernatural.
Uh-huh. I was mad. I saw the commercial for Supernatural first, and I was like, "What do you mean he's not on here anymore? Stop it!" Like that guy.
Priorities. Yeah.
And I still say, for me, Michael Rosenbaum, best Lex Luthor ever.
Amazing.
He disappeared for like a few seasons, didn't he, or something like that?
He just
the last
at season 6.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4, he left the show. He didn't want to do the show anymore, unfortunately. However, I will say,
Tess.
Fuck. Who's the woman who took kind of that
Tess.
spot? Tess Mercer. Yeah, I think she was great.
Oh,
Like that's not hard. That's a hard thing to fill because he was great, but she did an awesome job. I really liked her.
I at least within the last month, for some weird reason, I had a Tess like YouTube binge of just going on YouTube and watching Tess scenes. I don't know why that happened. But I was like, yeah, she was a more than adequate fill-in. She did a really good job.
She was great. And by the way, guess what? Arrow comes in a later season. He becomes a big part of it.
Mm-hmm.
in Smallville?
Oh yeah, dude. Before Arrow the show, some people were actually saying like, why doesn't the guy who played Arrow on Smallville become Arrow on the new show? Huh? It's a different look at Arrow. It's a little bit more it's a lighter, a little bit more comedic type look at it.
Which is how he is. Oh, this dude. Yeah. I know this dude.
It's probably more accurate, I suppose, right, to the actual comic.
That guy came on Revenge, and I'd like fanboyed. I was like, "Oh, it's Arrow. He's that guy. I love that guy." Yeah.
Show, did they actually cross over and jump into each other's shows?
It was only the one show. He was basically
the show out at the time.
Series regular.
Yeah. So like now, where they do crossovers now in the CW, Smallville had nobody to cross over with.
Yeah, they just brought everybody on.
But they also have free reign to do mostly what they wanted, though, that way, then, too, with characters.
It's nice
they couldn't do Batman.
Yeah, this guy
into the other shows as well.
This guy needs to cameo on Arrow. Then we found the Arrow guy who can cameo on actual Arrow.
Oh shit, that'd be awesome! Yes,
that would be good.
That would be great.
Just to have him in like a long lost brother or something.
I would love it if he was vigilante when they finally unmasked. That would be hard.
Dude, that's awesome. That's brilliant, man. That would be the best thing ever. Oh my god, I would lose my shit.
Contact the Arrow writers now. Tell them this is the idea you need to
do it now.
They can do it, man. Because look, we don't know who it is. It could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. In the chat, listeners made a saying she loved Allison Mack as Chloe, and Johnny says love Chloe too. Chloe was a really good character.
Yeah, but where is she now?
That's what listeners may wants to know. What happened to Allison Mack? He says.
She's like directing and producing or something.
She actually directed one of my favorite episodes of Smallville. She did some directing. We actually had her as a guest on one of our old podcasts. We did.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. I've always been a big fan of Kristen Crook, too. They're good actors on that show. John Snyder is Jonathan Kent, man. He was great. All right, I'll stop talking about Smallville. All right.
It's a Hazard episode.
Oh yeah. That was funny.
It was a Dukes of Hazzard episode.
Yeah, so John Snyder was a regular of the show. So they had the other dude, I'm forgetting his name, Tom something, right? The other actor who played the other. But anyway, he guest starred on the show as like some congressman or somebody running for Congress or some representative of Kansas or something. Yeah, and he was a friend of Jonathan Kent. And he showed up in his car, and he jumped through the window, and Kent's like kind of looking at him. He's like, "Oh, the door's stuck. You got to jump through the window."
So good. So good.
I'm a fan. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that.
That's why I love it. Tom Wopat. Thank you, listeners. Mate, Tom Wopat is the other actor's name.
Oh man.
Bo and Luke Duke. I love it when shows do that stuff. They're like bringing those little things. They make those little references.
Nods to other shows. On Cali, they did a lot of that. They did a lot of that. I love it when they do that.
All right, cool. I don't know. Let's see. You want to sneak in one last here? All right, we'll do one last quick one true pairing. I'll come up with one this time, so you guys got to choose.
So since there was no winner, I went yay.
No,
Yay me.
said I won. What the hell? I totally won with Zatanna. All right. You're too busy looking at your fan club in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, you need to choose a video game character, all right? Everybody choose a video game character. Francis, who are you choosing?
I am going to choose the man. I didn't prepare for video game characters. I'm going to choose Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa.
Sonic, all right. Sonic, good choice.
Oh my god.
Alex, what video game character are you choosing?
Oh, hold on one second.
Come on. You love video games.
6.
Who?
Cade 6 from Destiny.
K6 from Destiny. All right, tell me who that is.
Nathan Fillion, man. Nathan Fillion.
Oh,
Picking
yeah.
Nathan.
Wait. But who is it? What character? Who is it? Is it a robot?
He's the Hunter Vanguard in Destiny.
Oh, all right. It's been too long since I played Destiny.
Watch the trailer.
I know, because you used to play Destiny while you were watching the show. I remember.
Yeah, it's going to be on me on September 9th.
That's how the second sequel comes out? Yeah.
September 9th. Let's go.
All right. Craig, who are you choosing?
I'm going to go Master Chief.
Master Chief? Okay, from Halo? All right, very good.
Master Chief. Yeah.
All right, so Tammy said Wreck-It Ralph in the chat. That actually would have been cool.
Nice.
I call it the second one.
That would be cool.
Victor says, good night, all. He's up. He's got to be up. He was extra early. All right, thank you for watching, Victor. Appreciate it. All right, let me see here. I have a whole list of characters, and I want to see what might be the funniest one. So we got, hang on, let me review. We have Master Chief, K6, and Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Yes.
Those are our choices. All right. You know, okay, let's do this. You know what? Tell me why your characters would be the best romantic pairing with Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Obviously, they're all fantastic matches, but you want yours to be the best.
Please let Sonic go first.
Okay, yeah, Sonic. Why is Sonic?
Chun-Li and Sonic have obviously the same love of the color blue. That's right off the bat. You can tell. Well, he's blue. She loves to wear blue. She loves to wear him in one way or another.
Whoa. Hashtag inappropriate. Where's Jordan?
Their legs are fast and furious, both of them. One runs fast. One just can kick the air faster than the speed of sound. The whole leg thing. I mean, come on. They have that in common. So they're gonna make that love connection. And finally, no, as you can tell, Chun-Li loves to do things quickly. Sonic, man, does everything quick. I'm just saying.
Is that a plus? He does everything quick. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's the way she likes it. I'm telling you. Who kicks that way? Who does all of what she does, all fast and everything? If she didn't like it, it's this fast. So for Sonic, that's right.
All right. Very creative argument. Let's go to K6 from Destiny.
All right. So one, we got the smooth, not melodic, but we got the smooth humor of Cade 6. He didn't take anything seriously. We know anything about Chun-Li and the Street Fighter universe that take everything way too seriously. They need to, relax and just, blow off saving the world sometimes and go to Cade's secret stash and, drink like alien wine and get all faded. Like, don't nobody got time to be hanging out with Ryu. He's trying to save everything. We don't want to do that, okay? The other one is, Cade 6 is an exo. He's a robot lover. And then on top of that, the 6 comes from his memory's wife. If he ever isn't acting the way that she wants, she's wipe his memory and start over. He'll still have the humor. We'll be good to go.
Oh, very interesting.
Oh, also, he's a guardian. He's thousands of years old, so therefore he's had thousands of years to figure out how to use all those robot tools at his disposal, and take his time, unlike Speed Demon Sonic over there.
All right. Very good. Street Fighter is not a comedy, you're right. However, if you watch the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter movie, you may say it is.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, that's true. That's Mean Wen, isn't that? Yeah.
It is, as Chun-Li. And Kristen Kruk played Chun-Li in the other Street Fighter movie, which is also not good at all.
Yes.
That movie is
really bad.
No.
Let's just make in the chat.
I really didn't like the guy in that.
Let's just make wants to know if anybody remembers Bonk the Caveman video game. I remember that. Yes, I remember hearing of that.
I remember that.
All right, so now let's go to Master Chief. Master Chief and Chun-Li.
Master. Going from what Alex said, Master Chief and Chun-Li, everything about them, they're fighters. It's a tag team match from heaven. They're intense. They're passionate. They fight for everything. I think every part of their relationship would be amazing and beautiful. And he's a teenager, so he has plenty of time to learn everything that she's going to teach him. And I think they would have the time of their lives.
Okay, so Master Chief likes sleeping with underage girls, is what you're telling me?
No, he said that Master Chief is underage. Hold on.
Really? Because
Master Chief's a teenager.
On up here.
Hello, Mrs.
Master Chief is a teenager, is that right?
They're still really young.
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't played Halo, so I don't know. Because Chun-Li's in her 20s, I'm assuming, right?
Oh no, yeah. If you watch Forward Until Dawn, you'll see one of the other.
Oh, well, damn! He really wants to go with Chun-Li then, man. He's like a horny teenager.
Absolutely.
That does make sense. The only problem with that is Cortana is not having that. Have you seen her punk Siri? What you think she's gonna do to Chun-Li? I'm just saying.
So Cortana is from Halo? Is that right?
Yes.
Is that why Microsoft named it that?
Yes.
Did they take it from Halo? Okay.
Yeah. You can ask it questions about like Halo related topic and it goes ham. It's good times.
And it does what? It goes crazy if you do that?
Yeah, it starts to it'll answer the questions like from Halo and stuff like that. The same way
that's cool.
Siri trips out if you ask her questions about robot movies. She's like, I think that The Space Odyssey is the greatest movie of all time. And then she'll start talking about like robotics.
Nice. I actually have Cortana, but I haven't really tried it. I have to try some of that. In the chat, Tammy is actually making her own argument for Wreck-It Ralph with Chun-Li, I guess. She says, ladies love a bad boy willing to reform. Ralph is good with kids. He can learn from his mistakes. And he's already figured out how to move between games. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and also his skill is in his name. It's Wreck-It Ralph. Like, his ability is there.
Where is Jordan?
Just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
Yeah, that's a really good argument, Tammy. All right, so all
just
fine arguments.
Just because he's a bad guy means he's a good guy. Wreck-It Ralph. I'm just saying.
All very good arguments. I will winner though, based on the inappropriate sexual connotations and the speed and the color blue. I'm going to give it to Francis and Sonic.
Damn it!
All right.
Nathan Fillion does not approve.
Ooh, that was a good Sonic.
No.
Oh, Nathan Fillion doesn't have any problems getting people.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hey, you didn't watch that trailer though. It is like classic Nathan Fillion.
Is it the trailer for the new one?
Yeah, the trailer for the new one is just Nathan Fillion as Cade Six, and the guy that's in everything. He was Abaddon in Lost. He's the boss in Fringe. He's oh my god, he was just in John Wick last night. It's that guy is Zavala. So it's the super serious actor, and then Cade Six. It's amazing.
He was in John Wick last night. Is that when you watched it? Is that what you said that?
Yeah, I was waiting for my friend to watch John Wick 2
last night.
night.
John Wick came out more than last night.
Right.
That's a while ago.
He's Abaddon in Lost too. I don't know that guy's name.
All right. Well, they'll tell us in the chat probably. We can look it up. All right, cool. All right, very good. That was Run True Pairing, folks. Let us know if you like that. That pretty much does it for us tonight. We're going to do some links before we get out of here. So, Alex, once again, where can people check out what you're up to?
You can check me out at 2am_bachelor on Twitter or Instagram, as well as on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/intensecomics. It's one word on there, 2 words in the title if you Google it. And then also, again, check out my friend's work at superherofaces.com. And that's all I got.
All right. Craig is at Craig Allen Poole on Twitter, right?
You can find me there. Go page everything, so there's the best place for now.
All right, awesome. And he'll be furiously reworking on his novel.
Right.
All right. So, Francis, thank you for guest co-hosting. Where can they find you?
Pleasure. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and everywhere, really, at AKA The Other Guy. That's my handle for pretty much everything. SincereSarcasm.net is the website for all the stuff that only I do, because I am super into myself. And POIpodcast.com is where you can find all the podcasts, some of the podcasts that I do, as well as, just everything on POIpodcast.com.
Tammy in the chat says, next week we cover actors who fit into the category guy who's in everything. There you go, right.
His name is Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick?
Yes.
All right. Listener's Mate says, Alex Martin should have his own show on YouTube. Man, Listener's Mate really doesn't want to be the president of your fan club.
I've considered it. We're going to figure that out.
All right. So big thank you to Alex and Craig. Again, they're awesome guys, but they're also 2 of our awesome Patreon supporters. And we thank you, obviously, to Francis as well, and Victor and Listener's Mate, who also supports the Patreon. Again, folks, if you're able to, any amount really helps. Patreon.com/supergeeked up, or go to our websites right on the homepage as well. Thank you very much. All our stuff is at supergeekedup.com. Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we do Dungeons & Dragons and other role-playing games, so hope to see some of you then. Of course, we'll be back next Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern for this show. We'll do some more geeky shenanigans and geeky improv games. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you very much for watching, folks. We always love it when you're in the chat. We always have a great time with you. We will see you next week. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Bye.